You are sitting in your car in the driveway, engine off, hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly your knuckles have turned white. You aren't crying. You aren't screaming. You are staring at the front door of the house you share with someone who has spent years dismantling your reality. And for the first time in a decade, you feel absolutely nothing. No fear, no guilt, no desperate need to fix what is broken. Just a cold, quiet clarity that feels more terrifying than any argument you've ever had. This isn't depression. This isn't giving up. This is the moment the predator realizes the prey has stopped running. If this channel has helped you understand yourself even a little better, please hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps more people find this content who need it. The thesis of today's video is simple but radical. We have been taught that empaths are vulnerable, soft targets for narcissistic supply. But we have misunderstood the physics of emotional energy. When an empath finally reaches their breaking point, they do not break. They calcify. They become something the narcissist cannot manipulate, cannot gaslight, and cannot survive. A fed-up empath is not just resilient, they are dangerous. Here's what most people misunderstand about the end of a toxic dynamic. They believe the breakup happens when the victim leaves the house. But the real departure happened months ago, internally. It happened when your nervous system stopped trying to regulate the other person's chaos and started regulating its own survival. This is where the real danger begins for the manipulator. They are used to your reactivity. They feed on your tears, your explanations, your frantic attempts to be understood. When you stop providing that fuel, you starve them. And a starving narcissist is unpredictable, but a silent empath is untouchable. Let's look at the first sign of this transformation, the death of Jade. For years, you justified, argued, defended, and explained. You believed that if you could just find the right words, the right logical proof, the narcissist would finally see your pain. But here's the twist. They never wanted to see it. They wanted to watch you exhaust yourself trying to prove your humanity. When you stop explaining, you withdraw the mirror they use to construct their false self. Without your reflection, their identity begins to dissolve. That is not coldness. That is sovereignty. You are no longer performing empathy. You are preserving it. This brings us to the second shift, the return of discernment. Empaths are often described as having porous boundaries, absorbing emotions like a sponge. But research in neuroscience shows that high sensitivity is also linked to heightened pattern recognition. You noticed the micro-expressions, the tone shifts, the incongruence between words and actions long before you admitted the truth. You suppressed this data to keep the peace. Now, that suppression is gone. Your prefrontal cortex is no longer hijacked by the amygdala's fear response. You see the manipulation not as a mystery to solve, but as a documented pattern to avoid. You are no longer guessing. You are knowing. Here's where it gets really interesting. The narcissist will try to provoke you. They will escalate. They might love bomb you with sudden affection or destroy your reputation with smear campaigns. They are testing the fence. They are looking for a crack in your armor. But you have become like obsidian, volcanic glass formed under extreme heat and pressure. It is sharp, it is solid, and it does not bend. When they throw their chaos at you, it doesn't stick, it slides off. This lack of reaction is what psychologists call extinction burst. The behavior gets worse before it disappears because the reward mechanism has been severed. You are witnessing their panic, not your failure. And here is the truth nobody tells you. Your silence is louder than their screaming. In the economy of narcissistic supply, attention is currency. Negative attention is still attention. But indifference? Indifference is bankruptcy. When you look at them and feel nothing, you are declaring that they no longer exist in your emotional landscape. This is paralyzing for someone whose entire existence depends on being the center of your universe. You have not just left the relationship, you have left the game, and you took the board with you. But let me address the physical toll this takes. Many empaths feel guilty for this coldness. You worry you have become hardened, that the trauma has destroyed your capacity for love. This is a lie born from cognitive dissonance. Your heart hasn't closed, it is fortified. Think of it like architecture. Before, your home had open windows and unlocked doors. Anyone could walk in, track mud on the floors, and steal the furniture. Now you have built walls, not to keep love out, but to keep destruction out. That is not a flaw, that is information. Your body is telling you that safety is the prerequisite for intimacy, not the reward for suffering. Here's a fun fact that genuinely blew my mind. Studies on mirror neurons show that empaths don't just feel others' pain, they physically simulate it in their own brains. This is why you felt exhausted, drained, and collapsed after every interaction. But when you detach, those mirror neurons stop firing in response to their distress. You reclaim your biological energy. The fatigue you felt for years was not laziness, it was the metabolic cost of carrying two nervous systems. Now you are only carrying one, and that single load is light enough to run with. Now here's the part that makes this genuinely dangerous to certain people. A fed-up empath possesses a rare form of power, moral clarity. You have seen the abyss. You have looked into the void of another person's soul and seen the emptiness there. You know exactly how much damage they are capable of, and you know exactly how much you survived. This knowledge strips away the illusion of their superiority. You realize they are not powerful monsters. They are frightened children in adult bodies, throwing tantrums because they cannot regulate their own shame. Once you see the child behind the monster loses its power. You are no longer afraid of them. You are pitying them. And pity from a former victim is the ultimate insult to a narcissist. So here's what I want to leave you with today. The journey from victim to survivor to thrived is not linear. It is a spiral. You will circle back to moments of doubt. You will wonder if you were too harsh, too distant, too unfeeling. Let those thoughts come, but do not let them stay. Recognize them for what they are, echoes of the old programming. You are not reverting, you are integrating. The empathy you once gave away freely is now a guarded treasure, offered only to those who have earned the right to hold it. You are not less kind, you are more wise. And here is the final truth that changes everything. You were never broken. You were being forged. The heat of that abuse, the pressure of that betrayal, the weight of that emotional labor, it was not designed to destroy you. It was designed to reveal you. It stripped away everything that was not essential, everything that was performative, everything that was borrowed. What remains is the core of who you are, sovereign, whole, and dangerously alive. You are not a victim of your sensitivity. You are the master of it. And a master of their own soul is the most formidable force on earth. Which of these shifts resonated most with your experience? Was it the silence, the clarity, or the return of your energy? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one, and your story might be the lifeline someone else needs tonight. If you know someone who is still trapped in the cycle, still explaining themselves to a wall, share this video with them. Do it as an act of compassion, not promotion. Let them know they are not crazy, they are just waking up. Thank you for watching, and thank you for choosing peace.